It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. It's been a long time.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the High Top Sports Network studios. Here for another Student Athlete Spotlight, sponsored by Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. My name is Josh Schreckengost. Joining me today, Armstrong Jr. wide receiver / linebacker Isaiah Brown. Getting ready for a big season here for the Riverhawks. Isaiah, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad to be on here.
So first things first, you guys have had some, workouts together as a team. Just tell me what you've seen so far in your time together with the team.
So far this year, we've had a lot of improvement, like younger kids stepping up because we did lose a decent amount of seniors last year. Like our receiver core, we probably lost 2 of our starters because they kind of had Connor Segal and Shudworth just switching here and there. But they'll be gone. They're a big part of our offense. But we've had some younger kids step up. They were freshmen last year, coming in our 10th grade year. And so far, we've been doing pretty good.
Nice. Obviously, that receiving core that you mentioned, you're a very big part of that. Nearly got to 1,000 yards last year. Developed a great chemistry with Caden Olson down the field, taking those long shots and you being able to go up and high point the ball. Is that something that you guys have paid extra attention to so far in this offseason?
Yeah, of course. Because last year when we'd run like a go ball or he'd throw like a deep ball and I'd high point. I'd jump over the guy a lot of times and try to just like catch it in my chest and high point it. But this year I've been focused on going up and extending my arms and catching it with my hands a lot.
Yeah, kind of like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that.
We've targeted that a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say kind of like going up and grabbing a rebound in basketball, something you did well until, a hand injury sidelined you for most of the season. And that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. You've struggled with some injuries throughout your high school career. Just give me a feeling on you percentage-wise right now as you guys are getting ready for football.
Right now, these past couple weeks, I've been going pretty well, pretty 100% right now. I did have like a little quad strain or something like that at the beginning of summer, but now I'm doing pretty well.
Does it ever kind of seep into your mind, hey, I've been hurt, boy, I don't want to miss any more time here, especially as you're getting, you're a junior this season. It feels like you've been around forever because you've been getting varsity minutes in both sports. But does that ever seep into your mind a little bit like, hey, maybe I shouldn't go this hard on this play. I don't want to get hurt. Does that ever cross your mind?
Sometimes like in practice or if we're like in a 7-on-7 and I'm starting to hurt like my ankle or my knee or something like starting to hurt, I kind of want to just like slow back because I want to be ready, especially for my 11th grade year because it's a big year for me this year. And it's about it. Nothing really. Like sometimes when I'm like running a play or if I'm like really tired, I want to be like, I shouldn't be pushing myself like this hard. I'm like, I kind of need to just be ready and be alongside conditions as everyone else would be if I was to sit out, but I'm trying not to sit out.
Yeah, definitely. Football team much better when you're on the field, not just offensively either. I mean, you like I said, developed a great chemistry with Caden last year in the passing game, but I thought defensively, you're a big presence there in the linebacking core. Just talk to me about how you're approaching defense and kind of the impact you can make on that side of the ball this year.
Rather than like high pointing the ball and stuff and like catching the ball in offense, defense has been a lot of change. They're starting to practice me a lot at safety more too as well. I'm going to go too high safety, and then I'll go outside linebacker, obviously, because I know most of my position will be outside linebacker, but I have to study a lot to get down all the coverages and stuff for safety. And I'm pretty sure they also sometimes, against certain teams, I think they're going to roll me out the corner and play that a little bit.
Wow, you don't see many cornerbacks your size in high school. That's a different position from what you've played so far in high school. Tell me a little bit about the approach to that and using your size to your advantage on those snaps where you are going to be playing the corner.
I think my size, like I'd probably be a great build, obviously, for like corner, physical, a lot bigger than some of the receivers in the whip wheel. But then, like, using my size, like jamming a receiver off the line, being able to hold it down, and for like camps and stuff and practice, I've been like practicing a lot of one-on-ones just to get that feel for like being out there on the island by myself, that corner, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say you could really disrupt, passing plays at the line of scrimmage on known passing downs, the opponent's known passing downs. You could get up there and just completely wipe somebody out of the play and throw off the entire, timing and patterns of the opponent's passing plays.
Yeah.
Well, defensively also, talk to me about you guys as a unit, as a team. I know Jack Valasak came in last year, had never played football before, had a good year in the secondary. I talked to Coach Fabian a little bit about what Jack's going to do, kind of play like a center field type position this year. Talk to me about you guys as a unit on defense.
Defensively, we came pretty far. We do have a new safety, obviously, Noah Shuttlesworth, graduated last year. We have new safeties. Either they're battling on Kyle Klein or Joe Bartolowitz, and I think that position is going to be a very tight spot for both of them. Plus, we don't know yet if we're going to have Connor Jacobs for the season or not outside linebacker. So it's either going to be me and Kyle Klein outside linebacker, or probably me and Connor Jacobs, and then they'll move Kyle to safety. But our linemen, we're looking pretty solid. Pretty much the same people who played last year rather than the seniors. We rotated that position a lot. We had a lot of depth for D linemen. But corners is looking like, because we did just have one of our corners tear his ACL, MCL, PCL, got injured during the 7-on-7. But corners looking all right. Jack and Ian. And then sometimes we have our safety, the Joe, he'll play corner here and there too as well. Plus, obviously, I might honestly end up playing that as well. So,
right. Now, let's get into the schedule a little bit. You've got a real big one that I think a lot of people in Western Pennsylvania, outside of just the Armstrong market, will be paying attention to, and that's defending state champion Aliquippa. A 1A school size-wise, but playing up in 4A with you guys. Talk to me. I mean, I know it's tough to look ahead, and that game is week 2 or week 1, I guess you would call it. But, it's got to be on you guys' mind a little bit to see how you measure up to one of the elite teams in the state.
Honestly, they're on my mind, like, probably every single practice. I'm like, I don't know. I just need but I feel like it makes me want to focus more, obviously try harder in practice. It's going to take a lot of the whole entire team, including myself and everyone else, to play against them and contend against Aliquippa, because they're pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid being an understatement. Multiple Division I recruits on that team. And obviously just a powerhouse year in and year out. But I wanted to talk to you a bit more, once you get past that Aliquippa game, because that is going to be obviously an emotional high for you guys to go against somebody like that. But then you get into section play, and you guys, historic year last year for you guys, got into the playoffs, got that first playoff win in program history under your belt. Talk to me a little bit about what you feel in terms of going into the section.
This year, in our section, honestly, I think we could end up winning the section and being section champ this year. But
you're on the record for that, FYI.
yeah. But I don't know. The other teams we play are actually pretty good. We have decent competition coming up this year. Obviously, other teams are improving, getting new coaches, new players coming up. So honestly, I don't know how it will be this year, but hopefully we're section champs.
Yeah, and you take that momentum, and even when you lost in the playoffs against McKeesport, you guys played them twice last year. And if not for a couple of plays here or there, a couple of bounces, maybe off a missed field goal or two here or there, you guys are in both of those games. The playoff game kind of slipped away late, but that is, again, an elite team in the WPIAL, and you guys played them tooth and nail 2 times. Talk to me about building off that playoff win and what you guys are kind of, using that momentum to swing into this season.
Just like I was saying, I think coach just wants to win it all, obviously. Probably instead of being instead of like just winning every single game, he probably wants to put up a certain amount of numbers on teams he doesn't think rather that can hang with us. Obviously, run up the score, and then teams that will be like a very good game. He wants us to probably play toe to toe with them, and obviously win and have a better season than last year.
For sure. Well, we are looking forward to seeing you, Isaiah Brown, and your Riverhawks teammates every week here on High Top Sports Network. Isaiah, thanks so much for joining me this afternoon. Really appreciate the time, man. Can't wait to see you out there, and stay healthy.
Yeah, thank you. Of course. You're welcome.
That was Isaiah Brown, Armstrong Jr., wide receiver / linebacker / possible cornerback, here joining me, Josh Reckinghoff, in the High Top Sports Network studios on this Student Athlete Spotlight, sponsored by Sprinkles Neighborhood Market. #SaveOnMeat.